Hey, this is Paul Sickland, Director of Industry Solutions at Qlik. I cover the financial services industries, which is banking, insurance, and capital markets, or securities investments. I was working with somebody the other day, and they talked about building something in Qlik Sense in our SaaS environment without using the keyboard, and I thought I'd give it a try. So I'm going to call this the No Keyboard Challenge. This particular file has 133,887 records in it, and there are countless, probably 60 different columns of fields. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to create a new Qlik application. Again, only time I'm going to use my keyboard in this demonstration is right now. This is the No Keyboard Challenge. I'm going to create this app, go into the app, and I'm going to add data. So the data file has been uploaded to Qlik Sense SaaS. It could be stored on your computer. It could be stored in any of these other various places. Doesn't really matter where the data is coming from. Qlik can get it. Here's the file. In this case, it's an Excel spreadsheet. And what Qlik is doing at this point is it's taking a look at it, understanding what's there. In this case, it recognizes it as an Excel spreadsheet, and the number of columns are so wide that it's just going to give me a list of the columns, which is not a problem. I'm going to say, yep, I want all of these columns. I'm going to take the entire data set in, and now Qlik is doing its magic. It's taking that file. It is doing a couple of things. One, it is optimizing the file, and it is going to take a column that has, let's say, state. It's only going to hold one state for every state, and then it'll create pointers for the other records. It's doing that across the entire file. This again has 60 plus, maybe I think it might even be over 100 dimensions in this file, 130,000 rows. It's now taking what it's done by importing into the Qlik Associative Engine and creating with the search index, and that's going to be valuable at the end of this demonstration. So here we are about 2.5 minutes in, and I've got the file ready to go, and it takes me to the Qlik Insights engine. This is the cognitive engine where it will allow me to actually find some visualizations to get started. I happen to know in here that I want to do something by funded amount. So I'm going to click on funded amount, and it's going to take a shot at it. It says, yep, you know what? I like average funded amount. I also like this histogram that shows the funded amounts from 0 to just over 40,000, and then it has a frequency distribution of each of those. I love that one. I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to give it a shot and look at, you know what? I'm going to keep funded amount on. And I'm going to grab purpose. So this is the buyer's purpose for the particular loan. I've got funded amount and purpose. It gave me a little bar chart. It's showing average funded amount by purpose. That's fine. I'm not sure I'm going to use that, but it's a good start. And I've got a few KPIs already selected and made part of it. So I'm going to turn the Insights Insights generation engine off and go right to the dashboard. I don't particularly care for the size of this, so I'm going to drop this up like this. I'm going to take this one here. I'm going to take that one there. Again, I don't like average funded amount here. I want to see the total amount, but actually, for first thing first, I'm going to go into here and I'm going to make this a new master item so I can reuse it. And I'm going to then copy this. And I'm going to break that, go into it, highlight it, and I'm going to say I want to count. So I'm going to find the ID field, which is here, and I'm going to count. Why don't we throw a distinct in there and insert, I've got to count the distinct IDs. There's my 133,000. I need to copy that and put it as the label. We'll keep this label pretty generic at this point. Okay. So I actually don't like that formatting. I'm going to go like that, and I'm going to also add that as a master item. Drop the count over there, and let's do the next one. Next KPI, a good KPI would be the total sum of all fundings in this particular data set. So I'm going to go over here, break that link. I'm going to now highlight that, and I'm going to choose funded amount. And I'm going to run a sum on that one. Take the distinct off, insert that, and run with it. This obviously needs to change. It's good. And I'm going to add that to the master items. All right. Why did I add those three to the master items? Well, because I want to reuse these in other places in place. So I'm going to grab the sum by purpose, and I'm going to replace the average, and now I've got the sum by purpose. I don't like this as a in this particular state, so I'm going to turn it into a horizontal bar chart. I'm going to add the value labels on there, and I'm going to add a little color by dimension. I'd like a trend, so let's take the bar chart and drop it over here. And the trend I'm going to add in here is, I'm going to look for the issue date of the loan. I believe that's the best date to use. Yeah. So there's the issue date of the loan. And let's go with year month. And let's do the sum for each one of these. So I'm going to go to the master item and reuse that master item. Terrific. And everybody loves a table. Let's take this and paste it and turn this into a table. I have sum in here, which is great. Bring up the number. And let's also go back to the master item and add the count. Bring up the number. All right, that's still the sum. Going to count. Clean up the number. And let's go in here for average. Average is great. And I'm going to clean up the number. Great. I want to reorder these to make them the same order: count, average, and sum. So count, average, and sum. So there is my dashboard. It can certainly do a lot more work, but I'm still under 10 minutes, and I'm at the point where I can start exploring. So as I mentioned before, Qlik loaded the data, all the data from that table into memory, and it created a search index automatically. And so I can now create virtually any slice and dice of the data that I could possibly think of. So if I wanted to see the records or the amounts that were booked in the state of Florida that were 16-month, and just like that, you can see, and maybe we could go for an A credit. So I've now got the high quality credits in the state of Florida in 60 months. There were 60-month term loans. I can actually say, you know what, I really wanted to see this. And by the way, this is a count, 93 loans, 19,000, and a sum of 1.85 million. If I wanted to look at 36 month instead of 60 month, I could literally just select excluded. And now you can see a bulk of this portfolio is really coming from the 36 month. If I wanted to combine, I just really want to see the debt consolidation, credit card, and perhaps, for whatever reason, major purchase. I've now got that portion of the portfolio select identified. I did not have to create this and hook these all up. So I am just over 10 minutes, and that's the no keyboard challenge with Qlik Sense Business, our SaaS solution, no desktop required.